Howdy ho, everybody. Good day to you. We have us a Chevrolet Suburbanite, and they are here for a brake check. So we're gonna get this thing out of the parking space, hit the road, see how it feels, and make determinations based on that, and some visual inspection and maybe some measurement. Okay, I haven't heard any noises or anything yet, but I did feel some vibrations on my first stop. So I'm gonna get this thing up to a little bit of speed, and we're gonna apply some normal brake pressure and see if I can recreate those vibrations here. Oh, whoa! Hazards! Lots of hazards. Everyone is a hazard. Look at this shit. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to start that over again because I almost killed like 36 people just then. That's cool. All right, let's try again. All right, no one's around. And brakes. I don't know if the cam can pick it up. I do have a vibe in the steering wheel, and I'm also feeling some pulsation down in the pedal. So I'm gonna conclude that there is some run out happening with these rotors. Run out is a fancy term for what we would call warped. It's not actually warped. It's usually run out refers to surface thickness variation, meaning it has of course the rotor is round. Some places the rotor will be thinner and some thicker, and as those thinner and thicker spaces rotate and move past the brake pads, it will increase and decrease braking friction rapidly, and that will cause the vibration. All right, let's try this one more time. See if I can catch this on camera. And brakes. I don't know if it's gonna get it, but yeah, I feel it. I feel it in the floor, and I feel it in the wheel. So it looks like the fronts are affected and the rears are affected. Usually, if you have a vibration coming from the fronts, you'll feel the steering wheel jitter, and if you've got a vibration from the rear rotors, or if it has drums, you will feel feedback in the actual pedal itself. But I've got enough to go off of at this point, so I'm gonna flip this thing around, and we're gonna go back to the shop, get it up in the air, and then I'm gonna do a visual inspection of the braking system, including the fluid, and then I'll make a determination at that point. All right, let's get this thing up in the air and see what we've got to work with here. That brake fluid's looking a bit contaminated. It appears to have absorbed some moisture, and there's some floaties on the top of it. We're going to service that. Tahoe going up, but not too far, or we'll smash some things. Let's get these wheels off. Okay, so I pulled the wheels off of this, and I've also pulled up the brake specifications. I'm looking at discard specs. So we've got 1102 for the fronts, and the rears we're looking at 728. So let's go take the micrometer and see if we have any thickness left to machine these rotors. And what I've got here is 1152, 53. Yeah, that's cutting it close. That only gives me about 45 to 50 thou to cut on this side. That's gonna be 25 thou per side. And for these rears, we're looking at 752. Focus. There we go. Yeah, 755, 56. Again, that's maybe 50 thou. That's 25 thou per side, and that's bringing it right down to discard spec. Plus, I see some hot spots in here. I'm not accounting for the grooves that are in this. I feel them. They're subtle, but they are there. I may end up cutting these right down to discard. So, well, the pads are okay. I mean, they're decent. It's probably had a pad slap brake job maybe once, and I think that holds true for the fronts also. These are tough to see. Let's get more light. Yeah, we're at about half-life on these front pads also. You can see one down in that hole there. We're gonna have a chat with the customer and see what they want to do. I can machine these front and rears, but realistically the cost of pulling these apart, throwing them on the lathe, machining them, versus the cost of a new one plus a third of the labor to pull them off and put them back on, I'm gonna recommend that we replace these rotors. I mean, the rotors are cheap now. They're not like they were a few years ago. This stuff is almost dirt cheap. And if you buy rotors with the set of pads, you get a discount on an entire package, and then that can be relayed to our customers. So I can give them a better quality repair for the equal money as it would take to just pull this stuff apart, recondition it, scuff the pads, put them back on, and still they're discard spec on rotors and their half-life on their pads. So I'm going to recommend we do front and rears and just do a pad and rotor set from the parts store. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. But the customer gets what the customer wants, and if they just want me to cut these rotors and ship it, then they can have that too. So I'm going to present them the option, and I'm going to let them make the decision, because this is their car, it's not my car. Okay, I was off doing something else and some parts arrived. Looks like I've got front and rear rotors and front and rear pads. So the customer opted to do the just fix everything solution and then never have to worry about it again. So I like it, my kind of customer. I'm gonna start with the left front here, then I'm gonna do the left rear, and I'll probably go ahead and end it right there, because otherwise this is just gonna get really long and monotonous. There's a set screw that locates these rotors. That's got to come out. Not like this, it's not. Here, let's try this.
The airflow part.
I win.
What you got here? Engine knot?
Alright, let's yank off this caliper. Or not. Yeah, the stud thing's spinning in there. I need a wrench. Alright, that looks like a 19. Yes, it is. Those were tight. All right, that's for later to hang this when I do the rotor. Come out. I love this tool for depressing the pistons. They go in evenly, you don't put a side load on them, and there's very, very minimal risk of cracking them if they are ceramic pistons, which most of them nowadays are. I'll take this guy, hook it up, maybe this way. Hook it up, and I'll hang it from this brake hose over here. Now there's no pressure on the actual rubber hose. All right. Wow, that's tight. But I will defeat it. Come on, you. Oh, I hope I didn't break this. It's vintage. And yeah, I broke it. That sucks. I broke my vintage ratcheting wrench. Snap-on guy's gonna love to warranty this. Oh, here it goes. Leverage. All right, that's free enough. The impact will finish this off. And one more up top. Oh, come on. There. Look at that thread lock on there. GM. All right, let's lose the old rotor. This front surface is super clean because it looks like someone just replaced these hub bearings not long ago. So I don't need to do any prep work. And there's my new one. That pin is just to locate the rotor. It's not to, bolt it down. So don't over torque those ever. Now, time to go and prep the caliper bracket. On a side note, the one thing I love about these Tahoes and Yukons is they come with a workbench. You can put all your goodies down. It's nice and easily accessible. Insert re now. Just a quick wipe it down. Next. Excellent. And just a light coating all around will do, and I like to stick a little bit of a dab of extra on the end. Just take it back in, rotate it, smear the grease around, good to go. All set. Okay, got my new shims. Let's seat those into place. It can sometimes be a bit of a bear, but I'll get it. Yeah, see that? It's not right. Okay, looks good. Next one matches up. Okay, let's bolt this back on, throw the pads in, and then that caliper can go back on. And that will complete the brake parts assembly on the first wheel here. 1 and 2. Couple ducks. And I'll bring it up to a shitload of torque with my ratchet. Quick and grunt. Good. When it comes to brake pads, in this particular model, there's an inboard pad and an outboard pad. See how they're different shaped? And the friction material is slightly different. You want to compare your new one to your old one because they're going to have a wear indicator tab, and I like to put those back in the same place. So this is going to be my inboard on the driver's side. There's no indicator on the outboard pad, so that one really doesn't matter. Slip that in. And no, I'm not greasing this pad surface because it has this anti-friction plate right here. Therefore, no grease is required. This is not 1970. All set, good. And now I can hang the caliper. And we'll just slip it right on there.
bolt and bolt, and just some light ducks will do it. I wouldn't advise folks doing this with a pneumatic impact because they're much less controllable than the electrics. So if you do have a pneumatic, I would suggest doing this by hand rather than using your impact gun, because you'll definitely over torque this, and that would be bad. Okay, so one of the fronts is done. Let's move around to do one of the rears, and that will conclude today's infotational, educational display of brake parts replacement. We're back on the driver's rear now, and I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pull the caliper brackets out, caliper bolts out. Ooh, those are super tight. Someone put those in with an impact. Oh man, I'm gonna break my ratchet. Okay, need a better tool. Let's try this one. Long shanked ratcheting wrench. Wow, come out. Okay. I am switching away from my ratcheting wrench because I don't want to break it. I just got that warranted, so I've got a non-ratcheting wrench. There we go. And let's do the same down here on the bottom one. Come on. Oh man, that's tight. Holy crap. Okay. My wrench was slipping, so I'm getting out my angry pliers. These don't slip usually, and they also don't fit in there. This is getting too complicated for just a brake job. There it goes. Yeah, that was easy. Really? Ow. Let's try some leverage. There we go. And I don't expect these bolts to give me any less grief than the others, so I'm just going to go straight for my big ratchet. Leverage. Ooh. Good. And this rotor's coming off, no problem. Good. I'll change the angles up a little bit for reassembly. Let's try going over here. No, I don't like that. We're gonna go over here. That's right. Okay. Oh, incidentally, on these rear brakes, it is a drum inside of rotor assembly, and the drum portion happens to be the parking brake. Fun fact. On. Again, I'll throw some lube on these slide turns right here because we love lube. There we go. And we'll bolt this bracket back in. If I can see the hole. Can't find it. There we go. Got it. and the big ass ratchet to bring it up to torque. Double click. Triple click. Good. Okay, I won't need the pad to shim this time. I only like to depress these one at a time, because if you pull them all off and then depress them, one piston can displace some fluid into another caliper and actually push the piston out of the caliper. And that makes a mess, really wrecks your day. So I just do them one at a time. Let's get the shims out. Lost that one. One shim coming in. Good. Went right into place. I like it. And two. Perfect. Same situation with the brake pads. They're indexed using the wear indicator. That one doesn't want to line up. I'll get you. Got it. Okay, looking good. Let's slap this caliper back on. All good. Okay, that's front and rears complete, all set. What I'm gonna do next is go ahead and finish up this passenger side over here, and I'm gonna keep the camera going, but I'm gonna set this up on time lapse so you guys can watch me work at at warp speed. So I hope you enjoy that little bonus feature I'm gonna tack onto the end of this. So I've got everybody set up right now on the right rear corner of this truck. Like I said, I'm going to pull this brake assembly apart and change the necessary components. And at this point, I will be initiating warp speed drive right now. Okay, wheels are on. Let's get it down. Time to go for a ride. Oh, by the way, I also performed a brake fluid exchange on this. I didn't show that, it's kind of boring and meticulous. I may do a video on that. Now that was fast. Okay, let's go over here to the right front, do the same thing. Let's try that again. And that one's stuck. Still stuck. Chunk. Okay, let's hop on in this thing and take it out on a test drive and make sure that our vibration is gone. We're also going to check for any noises that I may have created by misaligning something. It happens. We always have to recheck our work, even if we think we did a great job. So first things first, since it's super hot, we need air conditioner now. And after a brake job, it is imperative that you pump up the brake pedal until it gets hard, because those pistons and all the calipers are collapsed, which means they're not poised to put any pressure on the rotors. And so if you hop in, throw this thing in reverse and go to drive away, as soon as you hit the brake pedal, you have no brakes, and that would be bad. Click it or ticket. All right, here we go. Okay, 40 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and initiate our first stop. Nice and smooth, no noise. All right. I'm not gonna come to a full stop because I'm in traffic, but no one's behind me, but I'm not gonna park here in the middle of the road either. And we're gonna go back down that same road where I almost killed that guy this morning. Not hearing any noises while turning. I didn't hear anything during that first braking event. And no one's behind me, so let's get some speed and let's do a full stop. Oh yeah, real good. Nice and smooth. Nothing in the pedal, nothing in the steering wheel. I'm gonna call this one good. So on this one, I think I left no room for error, so the comments should be kept down to a minimum. If you still feel the need to insert your please feel free to do so down in the comment section below. If you were one of the majority of everybody who enjoyed this video, let me know about it by tapping that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. All that being said, thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't forget, have a great day. Stop. All right. Oh, check this dude out right here. I've seen him rolling around before. He's got a battery-powered tricycle bike. Check it out. And I'm just gonna do one quick fluid recheck, and we are done. Looking good right here at the max level. All set. Goodbye, Suburban. Let's try that again. Goodbye, Suburban. Aha.